This video is on calculating profections. It's brought to you by the Classical Astrologers Guild at the avant-garde of traditional astrology. I'm your presenter, Thomas C. So this is not going to be a video on delineating profections. It's going to teach you two formulas so that you're able to quickly and easily perfect the ascendant or perfect from any point in the chart for any given age of the native. We will be using the whole sign house system. So if you use quadrant houses, this might not work for you. There are two formulas for calculating profections, and it's better than this chart over here. One formula is to perfect the ascendant. The second formula is to perfect any point in the chart. So a lot of people, when they're trying to figure out where their ascendant has perfected to, they might have this type of chart. And that's okay until the day they forget their chart, or when they have someone who is older than 71 years old before them. And it also doesn't do you much good if you're trying to perfect points other than the ascendant. So after this video, you'll be able to throw this chart away, because you should be able to do most calculations of the perfection in your head, and if not in your head, then on a scrap piece of paper. All right, so here is the formula that we'll be using for perfecting the ascendant. It goes perfection equals, in parentheses, age modulus 12 plus 1. Now, for those of you who are math phobic, this might look very scary, but believe me, it's not. Modulus is nothing but simple division, but you use only the remainder. So you see you have 27 divided by 12 equals 2, remainder 3. This is like what you would do to get the modulus, is just use the remainder 3. You wouldn't be interested in the 2, just the 3. This will be clearer as we go forward and look at examples. And I want to assure you that if you don't know what modulus is, be rest assured that most people don't. Probably only people who are math geeks or who have done a computer science course know about the modulus operator. Okay, so let's get started. So let's say somebody comes to you and their age is 32, and you want to know where the ascendant has perfected to at age 32. As we see down here, we have our formula that I just gave to you. And all we have to do in this case is plug in the age, which is 32, so into this formula. So we have perfected ascendant equals, in parentheses, 32 modulus 12 plus 1. Okay, to figure out what this would be, we go over here and we divide 32 by 12. Okay, so 32 goes in 12 goes into 32 2 times 24, and we have a remainder of 8. We don't care about this 2 up here. We're not going to use that. We're going to use the remainder, which is 8. So 32 modulus 12 equals 8. And then we want to add a 1 to it. And so that gives us 9. So at the age of 32, the ascendant perfects to the 9th house. All right. Let's go and look at another example. Where does the ascendant perfect to at age 87? Well, you see here now you have an age, someone who is 87, and you won't find this age on that chart. So here is our formula again. Perfected ascendant equals age modulus 12 plus 1. Again, we just plug in the age here. So perfected ascendant equals 87 modulus 12 plus 1. Okay, so let's look at it over here. Age 87, 87 divided by 12. Okay, 12 goes into 87, 7 times 84, and then we have a remainder of 3. Again, we don't care about this 7, we just grab that 3, and we add 1 to it, 4. So the ascendant perfection at age 87 is the 4th house. Now let's let you do one. Where does the ascendant perfect to at age 48? You want to use this formula. Perfected ascendant, plug in the age 48 modulus 12, and then add 1. So what house does someone at age 84, what house does their ascendant perfect to? So if you want to stop the video and figure that out, then please do so. Okay, so here's the answer. Where does the ascendant perfect to at age 48? Well, we use our formula again. Perfected ascendant is 48 modulus 12, and then we add 1. So we go over here. 48 divided by 12 is 4. Well, 12 in the 48 goes 4 times. It goes through evenly, so there's a remainder of 0. And I hope that didn't throw you off, because the second step is you add 1. So 0 plus 1 equals 1. So at age 48, the person in question is in a first house perfection year. Now, let's look at this one. Where is Vettius Valens ascended perfected to this year? Now, I'm making this video on July 10th, 2023, and Vettius Valens would be 1,903 years old this year. Okay, so where is Vettius Valens ascended perfected to? Do you know how to do it? Okay, let's continue and let's look. So Vidius Valens at the time of this video, at the time of this recording, would be 1,903 years old. And we just use our formula again. Okay, so it's going to be perfected ascendant equals 1,903 modulus 12, and then we add 1. So we go over here, we divide 1,903 by 12, and our remainder is 7. And remember, that's all we care about. We don't care about the 158. We only care about the 7. Okay, and then we do our second step, which is 7 plus 1 equals 8. So if Vidius Valens were alive this year, or if we wanted to look at something about his legacy for this year, we can see that his ascendant perfects to the 8th house. Okay, so now we go, so that was perfecting the ascendant. And now we're going to perfect to other points in the chart. So the formula is going to change a little bit. Now, traditional astrologers perfected many points in the chart, and if you've read Valens, you know that he advocates for this. And so you can perfect planets, you can perfect lots, you can perfect the midheaven, and other points. So here's the formula for perfecting any point. Okay, perfection equals age modulus 12. Okay, so this looks like our last formula. But then we have something else. Plus the natal house position of the point. Okay, so instead of 1 here, we're going to find the house where the point we're interested in, which house it's in the natal chart. Okay, and let me remind you, we're using whole sign house system here. All right, that's sort of our first step. Now, if this number, if after we do this first calculation, if the number we get is greater than 12, we have to subtract 12. Okay, so we have this that's changed, and then we have the second step where we have to subtract 12 if it's greater, if the number that comes out of the first step is greater than 12. All right, so over here we have the chart of ex-President George W. Bush, and he just turned 77. Today's July 10th, 2023. He just turned 77 a few days ago. And the points we're going to perfect are the midheaven, which is in the 9th house, the lot of fortune, which is in the 4th house, and Saturn, which is in the 12th house. So you might want to write this down, you know, that he has the midheaven in the 9th house, the lot of fortune in the 4th, and Saturn in the 12th, because these are going to be important as we go forward. Okay, so let's perfect the MC first. So where does the MC perfect to for George W. Bush at age 77? Okay. So we said the natal MC is in the 9th house. So our formula would be perfected MC equals 77, his age, modulus 12 plus 9. 9 being the natal house where his MC is. All right. I didn't get all of this in the screen, so 12 goes into 77. 6 times, that's 72. So we have a remainder of 5. Okay, so far this isn't any different than our previous formula. Now we take that 5 and we add 9 to it. Remember the natal house position of the point. And that gives us 14. Now, if you remember, if 14 is greater than, if this number is greater than 12, we have to do something. So 14 is greater than 12, so we have to subtract 12 from it. So 14 minus 12 is 2. So at age 77, Bush's MC perfects to the 2nd house. Okay, so if you want to, take a moment to look that over. It's pretty simple. And we're going to do a couple other examples. All right, so we at the Classical Astrologers Guild have found that perfecting the lot of fortune is very important. So where does the lot of fortune perfect for G.W. Bush at age 77? Okay. Well, his natal lot of fortune is in the 4th house. And so our formula would be perfected fortune equals 77 modulus 12, and then we'll add 4 to it. So 12 goes into 77 6 times, and we get a remainder of 5 again. Okay, and then we add that 4, which is the place, the natal position of the lot of fortune. So we do that. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now here, the number isn't greater than 12, so we just stop. We just stop here. Okay, it's 9. We can just stop here. And so Bush's lot of fortune perfects to the 9th house at the age of 77. Okay. All right, let's do one more. All right, where does Saturn perfect to for George W. Bush at age 77? Well, natal Saturn was in the 12th house. So the perfected Saturn is going to be equal to 77, Bush's age, modulus 12, plus 12, which is the natal Saturn's house. Okay, so 12 goes into 77, 6. This again leaves us with a remainder of 5. We take that remainder. 5 plus 4 equals 9. So Bush's Saturn perfects to the 5th house at age 77. Okay, so the formula for perfected ascendant is just a case of the formula of the perfected point. Okay, so if you didn't catch that already, if you think about it, the ascendant is always going to be in the first house. So you're always going to have +1 here. Whereas over here, you're going to have to fill this in with the natal position of the point you're trying to perfect. But this is just a special case. This first one is just a special case, or not even a special case. It's just a case of this second one, because the ascendant is always going to be in the first house by definition, right? Okay, so if you have, I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Please leave me, your questions or comments below.